I invented the Invincible Bowstring, and today I'm going to show you kind of how we make it and also tell you how it came about. Let's get to the point. One of the first bowstrings I ever made, I shot for a while. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of shots. And one day, the loop frayed and the string broke and blew up on me. And I thought, man, that's annoying. So maybe I should use an endless loop bowstring. So I flipped over to an endless loop bowstring so the tips were served, the loops were served. I started shooting the endless loop bowstring. It's like, man, it's just not as smooth as my Flemish twist bowstring. I wish there was a solution. A year and a half later, I started Shatterproof Archery. And then 3 years later, the final version of the Invincible Bowstring came to market. The Invincible Bowstring is a bowstring that the loops are served, but the rest of the string is Flemish twist. I haven't seen someone do this before. I'm sure someone has in their garage or somewhere else, but I personally haven't seen it on the market anywhere. This solves the problem of the loop wearing out, which makes a bowstring last 3 to 5 times longer. Our normal Flemish twist bowstrings last around 10,000 shots when taken care of. But the part that wears out is the loop. So what we've done is we've taken serving material for the cams on compound bows, tons of abuse, a lot of tension. Those bows are strong all the time, so it takes a ton of abuse. And we use those to serve the loops of the Flemish twist before we Flemish twist them. Thus, the result is a string. I don't like to make claims because everybody's scenario is different on how well you take care of the bowstring, but taking care of a normal Flemish twist string the same way as an invincible string, the invincible string is likely to last twice as long. What's going to wear out is the center serving, which you can just reserve that, and it may last 3, 4, 5 times as long if you do that. It's my favorite thing to do, solve problems. So let's run over to Shatterproof Archery and take a look at how we make the Invincible Bowstring. So I came up with the original idea for the Invincible Bowstring, but one of the big problems was how do we manufacture this? How do we make it? How do we make it good and efficiently? And Kaz right here invented or came up with or built this little jig here involving pneumatic cylinders, some clamps, stretching jigs, etc. So Kaz is going to make a string and show us how he does it.
The first thing starts out just like any other string. We make our bundles. Now that we have our 2 bundles, we're going to make them invincible. This is important because before we do the Flemish, we need to serve the loops. That way it's not real bumpy throughout the loop.
The first few versions of the Invincible Bowstring, I served the Flemish loop and it did not work at all.
So I'll go through my serving jig here. And now we're going to put this section under tension. Clamp there. Clamp there. Now it's under pressure.
So that's a clamp.
Clamp, clamp, pneumatic cylinder. Yep. Now I'm going to do serving just like the center serving on a bowstring, but just here for about 3 inches. Or 2 3/4. So a knotless knot. And then another knotless knot.
Torch it.
Torch it. Now we're ready to make the loop and do the Flemish to preserve the smoothness of the bowstring. Now, just like on a regular string, we're going to put in back twist. Mark it 1.25 inches, shorter than my desired length. And then 3.25 inches from there.
You made that look way too easy. I think that would take me like an hour right now because it's been so long since I made one.